Hi, Paul Shepherd here, and welcome to Black History Month. You know, the United Church of Canada, and here at Sydenham-Heritage United Church, we have been celebrating Black History Month for over 20 years. In the early days of celebrating Black History Month, we usually did it simply by sharing stories, education through stories, perhaps by getting a guest speaker who was a person of color. And you know, that was a very effective method. But today that approach sometimes feels a little bit like preaching to the choir. And I always wonder why white people expect black people to do all the work to educate white people. Moreover, after 20 years, the conversation has changed. We still have overt racism, of course, but the conversation has changed in the last 20 years. And today, simply listening to stories is maybe not quite enough. In fact, a recent survey showed that today, storytelling is not the most effective way to celebrate diversity and inclusion. Here are some of the results from a survey amongst Brantford residents about how they would like to engage in learning about other cultures. As you see, people are increasingly looking for events, festivals, workshops, art, and cultural activities as ways to engage. I mean, listening to another person's story is fine, but people are now looking for more active ways to engage. So we have to move beyond simply listening to another person's story, because we have to realize we're in the same story together, which means we all need to participate. So just so you know, I myself have signed up for a program at the main library called An Art and Wine Evening with Nicole Alexander. The program is led by a local black business person. The take-home gifts include a canvas and paint. So, I don't know, I might have to actually do some painting here. I mean, it's an actual activity. And you know, along the way, I'm sure Nicole will be talking. I will also learn about art and culture from Nicole. It should be great. Last time I checked, there were still 11 spots free, so if you'd like to come to an event like this, you have to register in advance, but it is free if you don't drink the wine. Now, if you prefer a more story-based approach to learning Black history, well, that's great. Read a book, watch a movie. There are lots of curated materials on TV and online, as well as a curated section in our own library, which is right inside the front door. You can't miss it. And if you choose to watch or read, you can do that in an active way as well. Mainly by this, is as you're learning some Black history, figure out how you yourself are reacting to what you're learning. Maybe ask yourself questions like, what surprises me? Or what excites me? Or what disturbs me? And after you figure out your reaction to the history that you hear, please reach out and share your story with somebody else. Because history is history, but your reaction to history is all about you, and it's all about today. Now, I know this is the third year that I have, in slightly different ways, encouraged you to pay attention to your own reactions while learning some Black history, and then to share your reactions with friends or with me, because I want to know your reactions to your experience of Black History Month. And I mean that regardless of your skin color or whether you have a positive or a negative reaction to what you learn. We only move forward as a society or even as a church when we are honest about our feelings and when we can freely share those feelings in community. Now, I know in previous years your response to this request has been, shall we say, limited. But don't worry, I'm going to keep trying. I'm sure you're glad to hear that. Because it's very important to me that everyone can be themselves when they come to this church. I can't wait to hear your own story about Black History Month in 2023. Take care.